What is up, fellas? Madden NFL 2004 franchise Falcons team pretty much just on the fringe for playoff positioning to get into the playoffs. So you see 4 teams just on the screen. Make that 5 now that are 8-7. The Buccaneers team that recently beat us in what was a terrible second half. And then the Buccaneers now just pretty much a game behind us. Maybe just half a game if you want to count it as that, because the tie they have. We're going up against a Jaguars team. Pretty much overall, on paper, should kick the shit out of this team. Our offensive line is solid. We're at home. 8-7 Falcons against the 7-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. Pretty much the only player I can notice on the rosters as well. And obviously Mike Minter, one of the better hard-hitting safeties in the era. But you got David Akers as well. Hopefully that man does not ruin our playoff hope. This Jacksonville team, I mean, we'll just have to see. You never know. I'm terrible on defense in this game. LaDainian Thompson has not been able to be utilized all too well in offense. More success in passing, but hey, done pretty well overall offense. Have a Pro Bowlers in the offensive end, which includes and expected pretty much a lot of our offensive linemen on this team are Pro Bowls. You got Dan Neal, Brian Waters, you got Tariq, Matt Burke, and then Tommy Wade, out of all people, being a Pro Bowler himself, even though he is just by far the weakest link on this offensive line at right tackle. But hey, I'm looking to it. I don't know why they even show the wind at all in a dome or whatever, but I'd forever right here just to click. I think my dog was distracting the shit out of me. But it is what it is. Nice game ahead of us against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Standings right 12-4, New Orleans right up there. Someone's got their win. We 7-4 in the standings. Now 12-4 to end the season. Hakeem gonna be back here on the return against this Jacksonville team. And it's actually gonna be a decent return right here. All the way down to the 45-yard line. Our own 45-yard line. But again, I'm just liking the looks of how this team's going to go. Don't think their defense is going to hold up all too well against us. Just like hold too well as me not cutting this part out of this. But it is what it is. Control report number 1. Got quarter number 1. But what do y'all think? As like, anybody have any tips when it comes to in Madden NFL 2004? I mean, that kind of shit, for me at least, it just seems it's been a pain in the ass just to get open field tackles. It's one thing on offense and it's nice, but I'm not able to maneuver with my players all too well. It just seems when I'm playing defense, I'm at least making the other team look very, very good. When I'm on offense, it just doesn't. Unless it's Jeremy Shee, there's not even able to use LaDainian Thompson all too well open field, especially 94 overall before we worked on him in training. Not, but it is what it is. Jeremy Shockey gets the catch right here. However, penalty on the play. Mr. Matt Burke out of Harvard gonna end up getting caught. Holding on it. It will be 2nd and 18. Already start for this offense. However, the LaDainian Thompson, nice catch. It's gonna lead to roughly 20 yards or so. On play, first down right there by Thompson. Then he just gets stuffed up on the right here after the outside by Marc Bulger. But fortunately enough, we got a couple of studs on this offense, and I'm not talking about Mr. Finneran. But hey, unfortunate news for Jaguars. Fortunate news for us. Mike Minter is out of this game, and then bam, just get deflected right there. This offense just a lot of slow starts with this Falcons team, and that could bite us in the sort of bit us in the ass. The Buccaneers that we didn't get a large enough lead because kicking constant field goals against the Buccaneers. That ball somehow does not get swatted away. They fumble, however, Harris picks it up in and out. It will be our ball into their territory. LT on the side, nice catch and run. Lead to about 8 or so yards on that one. And then here we go, pass out to Donald Driver, who's also a Pro Bowler. Jackie obviously was, just by the looks of how well he played in the season. He's wide open on that play. But Mr. Hakeem, the Dream, running his way through his on special teams, ends up getting a nice little catch, even though Jeremy Shockey was available right there in the flats. But hey, I'll take first down any day over that. but it's going to be our ball again for a piss-poor punt by Jackson. 7-0. Still at this point, but 3rd and 3 later on in the drive. LT, nice moves. And nice vision to get to the outside. It's going to be a nice first down. And then just the wide open Jeremy Shaw. I just love this play right here. I think it's like a misdirection, or like it's called like a play action split, to where Shockey's lined up on the right side of the offensive line. Got Donald Driver and Finneran on the left. And just leading to a nice little corner route, especially on just like that positioning in that side of the field, pretty much near the red zone or whatever. It should lead to a pretty nice play or two per game. If you get lucky, you can set up nice touchdowns like that as well. But 14-0 to start off this one. Tim Couch might as well be sitting on the couch, even though Dallas Clark, though, is trucking through dudes with that Iowa corn inside him. He's getting things done. It's going to be a nice 50-yard or so. So Mike Minter is out. Then Ed repairs to injure his chest on the play. So we'll see how that literally plays out. But Mr. Barlow, nice first down run. Tough, grind his way down the field against this Falcons defense and poor defense. I'm bad, but a nice pitch on the outside, and it's just going to lead to an angle by me with Donnie Jones. He might as well have already started his Travel Channel show at that point. But defense recovers on this. I just immediately call bullshit. I just want to... Stuff like this, it just didn't look like a fumble to me. But here we go. Challenge the play immediately. Ref number 74. Fucking zebra. Gonna get it right there. And up here, he fumbles the ball. Oh, it does look like he had fumbled the ball before landing on his ass. We'll see how Dan Clark can respond before taking a half before the ref shows up to tell us. Yep, play stands. So 7-14 already, a 14-point lead squandering in front of us. Kind of seems like a theme at this point. And then Mr. Northcutt cuts it up north, and it's going to lead to 3rd and goal. Terrible play call to think Tim Couch was going to get 3 or 4 yards on that one. Terrible, but hey, I'll take it. David Akers, there you go. First David Akers signing show, whatever the fuck. Sorry, folks. But here we go. Got the Jaguars on offense this time. Mr. Moore, 9 yards or so, but second. Just nice catch by Mr. Dallas Clark. Going to lead to another Jacksonville first down, and then right before the 2-minute warning, just terrible angles and tackling to 9 yards. 2nd and 1 now. Mr. Jackson gets involved in the offense. 3 tackles so far today. 4, Mr. What? I can't even remember the dude's name. It's a sick-ass name. Ed Reed's obviously injured for the game, just like Minter. But here we go. Penalty is going to be defensive offside. Yes, it is on Mr. Pittman. And Javon Curse. He wasn't all flashy for us this season to begin with, let alone before he gets injured. I think he broke a collarbone or something along those lines. But he will be out for the playoffs, regardless of what happens in the game. He will be out for the playoffs. But a nice bit of pursuit right there on the back sweep. Only for the why would you run halfback sweep if you're just going to run an offense? It just doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it's 3rd and 10. Going to be 4th down after that one. They ruled it incomplete. David Akers with a... It's just, bread and butter. It's just going to be automatic for David Akers. Now 13-14 sack on Marc Bulger. And here we go. Fellas, I can't say this enough. I'm putting my leg in these games. Playing defense with this is just fucking hard, but whatever. But you got Donald Driver running down the field. A dude that drops a decent amount of catches for a guy who's a #1 option, and he's like 89 overall. So please tell me how that's going to work out. Please. But with 20 seconds left here in the first half, we're going to get LT involved. It's going to lead to a first down. It's going to go out of bounds, stop the clock. 20 seconds left here in the half. He's going to get a throw, but it's just going to be... Oh, no. It ends up... I thought that it was an incomplete pass, but hey, we're not Tom Brady. We don't get those bullshit calls in our favor. It's going to lead to a fumble. It's going to lead to Jacksonville getting it up to get the lead here at the end of the half. David Akers just sneaks this one on in. Knew it was going to go in. It's going to lead to the first lead by the Jacksonville Jaguars on the day. 16 unanswered points. And thank God we had a penalty pretty much immediately while he just did through that hole. And I'm not talking about Pornhub. Fortunately enough, it's going to end up leading to us getting the ball back. It just looked like one hell of a drive ahead of them and whatnot. What it is, we got Jeremy Company, 44 yards, 16 after the catch. Then here making moves after beautiful blocking on what might be the best overall offensive line in the league. Just like I said, I named off the names. Those guys are definitely multiple Pro Bowl winners, especially Dan Neal, Broncos. And then, well, fortunately enough, right here, been picked off. But this offensive line is just a bunch of studs. I'm looking for what we can work with in the future. I know Tariq Glenn is young. Brian Waters is young. They're both like 27. Matt Burke is up there in age. So is Jan Neal. But a fumble on this play is going to be picked up by the Jaguars. Fortunate for them. But 20-16 at the point. Tim Couch ends up completing it, but no. Just gets completely murked. Is Northcutt about 13 yards past the line of scrimmage. Oh? Sorry. I'm in the middle of watching these plays, too, because it's been a while since I recorded this. But Jerry Shockey down the field. To me, I think he might be the most fun tight end used in this game. I mean, the dude's extremely athletic. He has great hands. He's strong as fuck. I know, mind you, that does add in athleticism. And right there, off the hands, it probably should have been picked off. But it is what it is, 20-16. And a nice move by LT. Not able to break it all the way for a touchdown, but pretty much worthy of setting up a touchdown, which will be on the immediate play. LT scores 27-16 now. What is Tim Couch's team going to do? And I thought he was going to throw the pick six, right? There's no way Tim Couch is even catching up to a slow-ass Donnie Jones. And then, bam, first down. What's a Falcons video without the Falcons defense being poorly fucking used? Got Ed Reed, Javon Curse is hurt. Ed Reed is hurt, but we got Chris McAllister, man. We have Cornelius, who is turning into a stud D-tackle. But still, just unfortunately, can't do shit on defense compared to, Madden 2008 or whatnot. Just something about this game. But it is fun as fuck on offense. However, though, that's not our worry, and that's not what possession. Playing defense, Barlow ball, breaks a tackle, right? Breaks another one. Another one, and it's going to lead to a touchdown. It's going to actually lead to untouched point conversion, 27-24. LT gets the ball right here. Doesn't break the tackle for a first down, but 3rd inches later on the drive, it's going to actually lead to more time of possession, hold the clock down as much as possible. However, though, a sack on the play, 13. And then Marc Bulger is just going to get engulfed again by this defensive end, and then here we go. Huge plays. O'Neal break tackles, spin moves, whatnot. Beautiful return by him. He's going to set up wonderful field position, especially for a team that's looking to tie the game or possibly even win it. Jacksonville moving the field now, 7 yards. 3rd and 3, a minute 50 with the clock still ticking. And Couch, is he going to fucking snap the ball? Yeah, I was like, Jesus, no huddle offense. You got to snap the ball. Makes the huge catch to get a first down and a big fumble. Barlow, this may have saved us from an opportunity for this team to not even in a position to score a touchdown. Just big blunder by this offense. Now 3rd and 19, no huddle with about a minute 20 left in this game, and that should have been picked off. But again, whatever. David Akers setting it up. 3 for 3 already today. His long on 36 yards, so he should be expected to make this. But should he beat this? My answer to this is yes. It's only 50 yards. You're looking at like a 54, 55 yarder. It's well within his range. But 27-20 at this point. Jeremy Shockey, huge play by Jeremy Shockey. Again, it's just, to me, he's the number 1 target in the offense. And finally, we're starting to get LaDainian Thomas open touches. Maybe it is just the play calling, whatever. But here we go. Dave Feely, he's not on sidelines anymore with Fox Sports. This man is kicking game-winning field goals. Not only that, it's going to be a nice little theme we're going to see about amount of times we've prevented ourselves from scoring touchdowns in this offense. We're going to find out very soon what ends up happening with Chile in just a couple minutes. But a nice win. Falcons on their way to the playoffs. Going to take a quick gander. The stats, only 1 touchdown, but 263 yards passing, 64 yards on the 3 touchdowns from LaDainian Thompson. 116, and then there you go. I thought it was Jay Lee, but it ends up being Jason. the kicker for the Broncos for all those years, ends up getting himself a wonderful, wonderful record. I mean, 40 field goals. Holy fuck. That's a shit ton of points. But here we go. A look at the divisional round. New York Giants won their division. We did not. And here in the wild card, end up hosting this game. But looking at the last, I mean, by far the two best teams we're looking at are the Bills and the Rams. I think those are the two teams to beat at this point. Who's going to end up being the Super Bowl? My best guesses on that. Because I'd say the Saints and Rams, but you can't really say that considering they're in the same. But look at that. 512 points scored. Trent Green has like almost record season. He's got Terrell Owens. He's got Randy Moss. I mean, how do you stop that? How do you stop that? 42 touchdowns, 4,730 yards. Marshall Faulk, what do you know? The Bills, they have two players in the MVP race at the very, very top. Marshall Faulk, 5 touchdowns through the air. Well, receiving. Tom Brady right there with just over 4,000 passing yards, almost 40 touchdowns. Michael Vick. Look at these stats. I mean, 3,100. Pretty impressive. I mean, not the best of ratios when it comes. It's not Madden NFL 07 when it comes to Michael Vick's God mode, in my opinion. But 8 touchdowns on the ground. Make that 9 for Amon Green. 74 catches, 704 yards. I mean, should I have just waited to draft Amon Green and draft one of those sick-ass wide receivers? That's what that Rams team did. They got Amon Green like the 3rd round after drafting Randy Moss and T.O. at the very beginning. Mind you, I don't know why those two would be available consecutively. But whatever, it is what it is. Larry Johnson with the Texans ends up winning Rookie of the Year. Brian Leftwich right there. Brian Leftwich. Adam Marshall right there as well. But safety, I think, ends up being a dude from Texas A&M. Actually, safety number 46 for the Rams. So they're just working it well. Terrell Suggs, Bailey. But hey, we got a playoff games against the Giants. It's always felt